Welcome to Muddy River Mornings. I'm Bob Gough.
And I'm Brittany Boll.
Happy Halloween. We came dressed as ourselves today, but I think we're dressing up later today, aren't we?
I hope you dressed up later.
I got something. I got a little something.
Well, it's not only Halloween, it is also National Caramel Apple Day, National Girl Scout Founders Day. You know, get those cookies in for all the sweets. And then it's National Knock Knock Joke Day.
Oh, here it comes.
All right, knock knock.
Who's there?
Bean.
Bean who?
Been up all morning. Let's go to Crazy Cakes.
God, that was awful.
It was a good one, and you know it. Thank you.
What are we going to get at Crazy Cakes? Because that looks really good.
Start our mornings every Friday morning at Crazy Cakes. First, I filled our cups of joe with the s'more coffee.
S'more.
And then we have a s'more cupcake, and I could smell the smells of campfire as I was walking it across the parking lot this morning. And so I'm going to call dibs on that one.
Fine. You call dibs most of the time.
I know.
This is so unfair. So, well, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Again, another busy news week, and of course with Halloween, lots of great stuff going on this weekend. But here's Brittany to get us kicked off.
The Quincy City Council recently bid farewell to longtime Fire and Police Commission Chair Barry Chain, who stepped down after 12 years of service with the city and more than 5 decades in the workforce. Curtis Kelty, a veteran with more than 35 years in public safety, was appointed as the new chair, with Chain calling him first class and ready to lead. The council also approved several resolutions, including one to purchase new traffic signal equipment, and heard updates on upcoming infrastructure projects. In addition, members discussed the continued efforts of the Quincy Tree Commission, which is focused on replacing and maintaining trees throughout the city to support beautification and environmental health.
A 21-year-old Quincy man, Dyrese T. Naff, pleaded not guilty Tuesday in Adams County Court to all charges connected in the September 29th shooting in 8th and Lynn that left a woman and a man injured. His attorney, Casey Schnock, told the court a new witness has come forward who lives near the scene and reportedly saw the incident unfold. The defense is now exploring a self-defense claim and reviewing electronic evidence, with the case set for jury trial in January.
In Illinois news, a Peoria County jury on October 29th found former Sangamon County Deputy Sean Grayson guilty of second-degree murder in the July 6, 2024 death of Sonia Macy, rejecting the original first-degree murder charge.
At the McDonald's in Hannibal, management is enforcing a new policy that all customers under the age of 16 must be accompanied by a parent or guardian while on the premises. They've had problems with disruptive and destructive behavior, roughhousing, throwing a football around the restaurant, and even a broken table, and they were losing business because of it. I'm sure that wouldn't have bothered Stevie Dirt because he loves McDonald's so much, but he can still eat in peace.
At least 500 excited kids and their families filled the halls and parking lot of Melrose Chapel United Methodist Church in Quincy for a cheerful candy-themed Halloween celebration Monday evening. Instead of spooky scares, the event transformed everyday items into giant gumdrops and candy canes as the church teamed up with 2 other Methodist congregations to fill the room with color, laughter, and sweet treats for the young trick-or-treaters.
Local agencies in the Quincy region are bracing for a sharp increase in food insecurity as the federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, is set to pause and affecting more than 10,000 people in Adams County and another 15,000 people across Adams, Hancock, and Pike counties. With food pantries already recording record demand, shrinking supplies, and staffing shortages, community leaders convened to launch solutions such as gift card grocery access, extended food bank hours, and reviving the United Way of Adams County's Together Fund to meet the coming surge. This is so much bigger than our community is ready for, one local mother said, and she said that only losing $140 in SNAP benefits can force families to choose between food, car payment, utilities, and medications. I spoke with United Way Executive Director Jenna Hull yesterday, and she said that they will have a follow-up meeting on Monday and hope to have more details on how they will get some more assistance rolled out. So anyway, the whole government shutdown thing really starting to affect people around here. So I certainly hope that, the help is there, and it sounds like a lot of people are also stepping up, which is a good sign. And, of course, this is the time of year to do that.
Yes, I also want to give a shout-out, a Good News Brews for the morning show. 8 Open was helping out on their special on Thursday. They're donating a part to, I believe, the United Way.
That's great. So anyway, I hope that everybody step up, everybody pitch in a little more to help those in need around this time when our government can't get its stuff together. So not a surprise. So just a reminder that Muddy River Mornings is driven by Hess Auto Agency, and we will hear from them and some of our other great sponsors at it.
Since 1985, Hess Auto Agency has been your trusted source for pre-owned vehicles in the tri-state area. Families have experienced the Hess difference for generations and know they'll get the best vehicle buying experience in our region. With an ever-changing inventory, you'll find the right car at the right price. So when you want the best, don't guess. Choose Hess. Hess Auto Agency, 1124 North 24th in Quincy.
In the tri-state area, local businesses aren't just a place to shop. They are engraved into our community. Muddy River Engraving knows, lives, and models this business mentality.
Look how cute!
From getting gear for your team,
Those turned out nice, thank you.
to a custom gift for friends or family, Muddy River Engraving will take your idea or story and bring it to life with his products. From 1 to 1,000 items, Muddy River Engraving can handle any project for you. Muddy River Engraving, engraved into your community.
Hello, I'm Dr. Joseph Amavisca, a family medicine specialist with Blessing Health Hannibal. A primary care doctor can reduce your risk for illness and save your money. When I worked in urgent care, I saw people without a primary care doctor use these clinics not only when they were sick, but to manage chronic conditions too. That can be expensive. Having a primary care doctor, like me, lowers cost and enhances care quality. Your doctor will help you get the screenings needed to reduce the risk for illnesses. Prevention is less expensive than treatment. And your primary care doctor knows you, your medical history, and your risk factors. Personalized care enhances quality. Need a primary care physician? Call the phone number on your screen. Primary care physicians are vested in your wellness and committed to work with you to prevent illness and facilitate a healthy life.
Women are exceptional. In the workplace, in the home, in the community, we fill so many roles vital not only to our success, but also the success of those around us. We deserve health care that is as exceptional as we are. Blessing Health meets the varied needs of every woman, from OBGYN care and breast health to pediatrics for those of us who have little ones in our life. Blessing Health, with you every step of the way.
Welcome back to Muddy River Mornings, and you got to hang out with Andrew Wellman and see some more new cool stuff.
I did. He is a plethora of gift ideas, and you know it's Halloween, so we are going to be shopping for the holidays tomorrow.
Yeah, and again, gifts don't just run to the store at the last minute. If you take a little time, call Andrew. He's got a lot of cool stuff, and you can really find something special for that special someone.
Take a look.
Hey everybody, I'm here with Andrew Wellman from Muddy River Engraving. Thanks Andrew for stopping by and having our nice little monthly chats to figure out what's going on in Muddy River Engraving world.
A lot of craziness.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, so as this airs, it is Halloween, and everyone knows that after the Halloween page turns, it's time to holiday shop.
It is, which stresses me out.
Yeah.
But I love it.
You know, I think you kind of take the stress out of it, though, for some people, because you're like a one-stop shop, especially for what we were talking about earlier, companies that give like all their employees gifts.
Yep.
Especially if you want, you know, your brand name merch on the gifts that you're passing out to your employees, which is a good way to subliminally advertise.
Yes, as well as engrave their name on there too.
Wow.
So
like
personalize it.
Will you have like big orders where you have to personalize every? And it's all about the spell check, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is. Got to double check every single one on them.
So tell me, what are some of those kind of gifts? Like, are they giving you coffee cups?
A lot of coffee cups, a lot of glasses as well, which we've recently just upgraded machines for that. It should be here any day now.
I know we've been waiting patiently for this machine. We talked about this, I think, last time, or maybe it was just I ran into you and you were really excited about it. But this new machine, tell me a little bit about it. Is it something to do, like it's upgraded, so glass etching?
Yep. Glass etching, plastic, the detail on it, the dot size, kind of getting technical and nerdy here a little bit. Dot size is almost like 10 times smaller than what I'm doing now. Okay. So the detail on it is going to be phenomenal.
All right, I'm eyeing one of your glass pieces right now. You said this was from last year.
Yep, that was from just the CO2 machine that I have.
So I don't know how it could get any more detailed. I'm looking forward to checking it out. I know you guys can't see this up close, but wow, like that is impressive. And that's, I'm assuming your pup?
Yep, that's Herschel.
Aw, yep, super sweet. Great gift ideas. And thank you, as we're speaking about dogs, and Herschel.
Herschel, yep.
Andrew here with Muddy River Engraving is our sponsor for both the Pet of the Week and the Shelter Spotlight. The Pet of the Week is through Quincy Humane Society, and the Shelter Spotlight is through Homeward Bound. We thank you so much for your support with that. Of course. We love getting that information out there about all the pups and
Yep, he actually came from the Humane Society, so.
Well, isn't that, makes the world go round.
Exactly, him and his brother, so.
Okay, so ornaments, glass, apparel, what else do we have for gift ideas at Muddy River Engraving?
Yep, so now we're going to be offering canvases as well. So.
And who are those two special people,
That is
Andrew?
actually my fiance and her son.
Fiance,
yep,
so that's
recently
something new.
Engaged.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I'm assuming Muddy River Engraving is going to see a little bit more wedding apparel?
Yes, they will be. So with that, not so much this one, but we have some new boxes coming as well. We can now UV print or engrave, it's the name of my business that I can't even say. Engrave.
It is.
On the top of it, on the inside of it, we're going to be having some decanter and bourbon glass sets along with that, but these make great memory boxes. So with that being said, we're actually teaming up with Knocks Your Socks Off Foundation as well, so they'll be teaming up with us for memory boxes with what they do.
Cool. And what's this memory box? Is that for?
So yep, that was a baby that was born.
Aww,
so
I love that idea.
Yep. So wedding, groomsmen gifts, babies being born, just anything to celebrate.
Yeah.
You can put your special, day items in there.
And not to bring it back, but a celebration of life would be good for a memory box as well.
Yep.
So I think you've got it all covered when it comes to gifts over there.
I have color and I have engraving. So yep, we can now do it all.
You just recently expanded your space?
Yep, so we have a bigger space. It's about 3 times bigger than what I was working with before.
You're definitely going to need it with all these Christmas gifts that you're about to.
Yeah, Christmas is going to be crazy. The company orders have already been crazy, but it's exciting.
The crazier the better, that's what I say.
It's nice having everything lined up in one area, just to be able to knock stuff out fast that way.
That's awesome.
Be more organized.
Well, Andrew is going to be your little Santa helper as long as you contact him at Muddy River Engraving. How can they get a hold of you, Andrew?
Through phone number 217-577-9511, muddyriverinengraving.com, muddyriverinengraving@gmail, Facebook. If you see me driving with the big logo on the side of my truck, honk at me. I'll stop and talk to you if you want. There's plenty of different ways. I'll be at the Service League show also in November.
Awesome.
So I'll be set up there too.
Cool. So if you wanted to see what he has to offer up close and personal, go visit you at the Service League. When is that show again? Do you know?
First gun season. I can't even tell you the date. I just remember because it's deer season.
That's great. Well, thank you, Andrew, for stopping by and showing us everything that you have to offer. Yep. I look forward to seeing you next month.
Yep, absolutely.
If you're 55 or older and ready for quality independent living, Good Samaritan Home of Quincy is your first choice. We're constructing new duplexes and single-unit cottages ready for you. Prepay your lease now and customize your future cottage. Say goodbye to the hassles of yard work, snow removal, and home maintenance, and say hello to stress-free independent living. There is limited availability, so call Good Samaritan Home today at 223-8717 or see for yourself at gshq.org.
Welcome back, and we had a lot of programs this week that required a lot of extra work, let's just say.
Well, of course, the first one required a little extra work because on Frankie and the Clits this week, Bob has to edit the entire hour, and I'm pretty sure he got 17 minutes of it. Why? My guess is probably Clits. And may the force be with you, Frank.
It's probably more like 18 minutes, but anyway, yeah, those knuckleheads gave me a little extra work this week. So Chris Duerr introduces us to the Rabble Red on this week's edition of Weinl, Sports Weinl, brought to you by County Market Liquor. Give them a follow on Facebook for some great content that their girls there, Jordan and Paris, put together. And again, Chris always introduces us to some really good wine.
Later today on our hauntingly fun episode of Club Muddy, our guests are everyone's favorite eccentric couple, Chris and Victoria Kelly. They're creeping in to share their story, celebrate a big win, and talk about their Halloween graveside vow renewal. To death do they party. The club is packed with costumes, laughter, and just the right amount of mischief. Join us, if you dare, for all the tricks, treats, and a little undead romance.
The latest episode of Minutes with the Mayor, Mayor Linda Moore, discusses two key issues facing Quincy: the launch of the new flights from Chicago to Quincy Regional Airport via Contour Air, highlighting the city is preparing for the expanded service. She also talks a little bit more about the government shutdown and how it affects federal pay, and also the SNAP benefits, which of course we mentioned earlier, as they are working with United Way on that.
On this lighthearted episode of Coffee Talk, hosts Linda Ridgman and Liz Rosenberg swing into full Yiddish mode as they riff off laughter, life, and living with all the schmutz and chutzpah. Let me do that again.
Schmaltz.
Schmaltz and
Schmaltz.
chutzpah.
Chutzpah. Schmaltz and chutzpah.
Chutzpah. Chutzpah. Okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
On this lighthearted episode of Coffee Talk, hosts Linda Richman and Liz Rosenberg swing into full Yiddish mode as they riff on life, laughter, and living with all the schmaltz and chutzpah they've got. From playful banter to warm-hearted reflections, the duo embraces the mess, the joy, and the little surprises that make our days like butter. Thank you to the Electric Fountain Brewing for your support with all of our shenanigans.
You had a little something on your shirt there when you said chutzpah, by the way. So, on this week's edition of Picks, Parlays, and Pints, brought to you by Utopia Event Center and Heck Gaming, I sit down with Tommy Freeze, and he talks about NBA parlay strategies. I don't do a lot of NBA betting, but it was some interesting talk anyway. Shane Halsey's been off this week along with Chris and Matt as high school fall postseason sports is in full swing. So Tommy and I had some fun over at Utopia. So check out Picks, Parlays, and Pints.
On the business spotlight this week, Brian Fry from Alpha Accessories, formerly known as Linex, stops by to give Kintriff the 411.
And later this week, Scott Richardson and I have another high tech in the heartland, and we talk about CRISPR, not the drawer in your refrigerator, but CRISPR, and we'll tell you what that new technology is all about.
Coming up next, sports with Chris Duerr and Matt Schuckman, brought to you by Neiman's.
Happy Friday, Muddy Buddies. Muddy River Sports Director Chris Duerr, Muddy River Sports Editor Matt Schuckman, coming to you on a big playoff football weekend.
TGIW, thank goodness it's the weekend, because a Friday, not our best day tonight.
No, but there's a few things going on. There's at least one intriguing football matchup. We've got college basketball, we've got college soccer. So Friday night's still busy.
A little appetizer course,
There
maybe.
you go.
Saturday is my favorite day of the entire fall. First round of the IHSA playoffs. Right. We've got soccer playoff action. We've got volleyball playoff action.
Yeah.
We are up to our eyeballs in it. Logistically, this man and I are probably not going to survive the weekend from the stress level.
Maybe by Monday we'll sleep.
That's a nice thought.
You know.
But who can sleep?
What? We got too much to be excited about.
There are some great games again.
And again, we're not the only people who won't be able to sleep this weekend. Happy Halloween.
Oh, indeed.
It's Halloween. So you know the kids are going to be having sugar highs all over the place all weekend.
So my goal Saturday is to get to the grandkids' house fast enough to pick through the basket and get the good stuff before Blake and Taylor steal it all for themselves.
Come on. You're going to steal from Banks?
See, Banks and I don't like the same candy.
Ooh, okay,
so it
what
works
is
out
Banks,
really well.
What is Banks' go-to?
Banks likes, anything that's super sugary that his mom won't give him, usually with some kind of red dye number, whatever it is in there. I like, the Reese's Pieces. And the Reese's Cups.
Yeah.
And
okay,
Twix.
so are you a traditional, it's got to be the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, or do you like when it's like the holiday season, so like they do the little pumpkins or little bats?
They're all good to me. The one thing that I have come to love, though, is the big cup. Because I feel like when you get the big cup, it has those harder edges to it, and it makes the experience better.
I agree.
Okay, good deal.
I agree.
Yeah.
I also am a fan of the white chocolate ones.
Those are actually really good.
I'm a big fan of white chocolate. So.
Well, and that would make sense because, that is a nice kind of contrast to the usual Reese's candy. But, looking forward to that.
So the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are variations, and the Twix are your go-tos?
I'll go to the Twix, and then usually just as something to kind of change things off, because Banks doesn't like them and Isla's too young, somebody will throw in some Dots. And I know you're probably not a black licorice guy.
No, not at all.
But the black licorice Dots.
No.
And this is something my mother thrust upon me when I was young, that we always had black licorice in the house, and somehow I got immune to everybody else hating black licorice.
We're supposed to be talking sports.
Oh yeah, there's sports going on.
But
you got me sidetracked with candy.
I know, but that's okay because that's usually what we do. We go 6 ways when we have a conversation.
You're not wrong.
But we do have a big weekend ahead. Football playoff games. We'll have coverage throughout the area. We've got 5 teams at home. We've got 3 on the road.
Blitz.
Yeah, so we'll have a Friday morning or a Saturday morning blitz with stuff that's going on the Missouri side in district play. And then Sunday morning, the Muddy River Blitz will be jam-packed.
Electrified by Excel.
Yes, so Excel Physical Therapy, as it has throughout the entire football season, brings you the Muddy River Blitz. And again, this is, and hopefully we have several weeks of this where we have a Saturday morning blitz and a Sunday morning blitz, because that means teams keep winning, and we got more to cover on the high school football scene.
We got some really tough first round matchups for just about everybody in our area. So it wouldn't surprise me if we get a lot of wins. I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be crestfallen if we get some losses this week, but that could happen as well, just as easily.
It very well could. So we'll have, again, check out muddyriversports.com on Sunday. We'll have the scoreboard up. I'll do my best as early as I can on Saturday night to get you all the scores posted. We're going to be running here, there, and everywhere trying to get to everything. We have college stuff going on. We have college basketball season openers next week. WIU on the road at Radford on Monday night. It's really the first kickoff. We have Culver Stockton against Hannibal LaGrange men tonight.
Yes.
In Hannibal.
That'll be fun.
So,
always a great matchup.
So we'll have coverage of that. And again, lots and lots of stuff going on. Huge soccer weekend for Quincy University.
Yeah, and don't forget, we might also have into next week state appearances in both Illinois boys small school soccer and Missouri volleyball, which is not something I've ever dealt with in the 25 years I've been here for state volleyball.
Are you ready for a road trip to St. Joe Mo?
I love St. Joe, and there's a Chick-fil-A on the way.
Oh.
I know my St. Joseph, Missouri.
So you're trying to tell me I should go?
No, I'm trying to tell you we should probably pack up the truck and both go if Hannibal's there.
That would be quite a road trip.
Oh man, that would be.
We might not come back.
Probably not,
but that's all right.
We could broadcast.
We have to get back by next Friday so we can tell our Muddy buddies all about what's going on.
Well, and next Friday will be much better in Missouri district football play as well.
Well, everybody will be playing next week.
Yes, all the good teams will be back into the mix.
Everybody that got a first round bye will be back in the mix. So plenty to look forward to. Make sure you check us out at muddyriversports.com all weekend. We'll keep you updated with everything. He's Chris Duerr. I'm Matt Schuckman. Everybody have a great weekend and happy Halloween.
Neiman's, your neighborhood market.
So trick-or-treat weather, gonna be a little chilly tonight.
I heard you're going to be having some chili.
We'll have some chili, yeah. We're going to have the neighborhood on the porch and a little bonfire, a little chili, a little vegetable soup. So please bring Mayla by. We might have some treats for the adults as well.
It's not Halloween unless you wear your winter coat over the costume, right?
And then we talk about the wide ranging of temperatures on Halloween on this week's episode of How's the Weather Up There from Farm and Home Supply.
All right, yes, I got both a Halloween joke and a weather joke for you today.
They're both, okay, very unique.
Okay, so How did the skeleton know it was going to rain on Halloween?
You could feel it in his bones.
Yeah, you got it. He could feel it in his bones. I am Twixologist Nathaniel Jones.
Okay.
You like Twix bars?
Reese'ologist.
Gotcha. Meteorologist Brent Clair. This how's the weather up there. We got the Halloween forecast.
Yes.
And you had a little history in order to kick us off to make us feel a little better about what we're going through today.
That's right. Well, I don't know if a little bit better, but doing some reviews of our climatological averages and all that. Last year, I don't know if you can remember this or not. I couldn't remember it. Last year, it was 85 degrees a couple of days ago. I couldn't believe it, in 2024. But the scary thing was, 100 years ago, the overnight low was 10.
Yeah.
10.
So those 4 or 5 people that could remember back then, being 100 years ago, it was cold.
If they're watching this, props to them. So
we got ages, all ages watching.
That's right. So, yes, Halloween is never average, I guess you could say. But I guess the crux of everything that was going on, average highs and lows right now, 58 and 40, and that seems really chilly because right now it's been about that temperature this week. It's 58 and 40. It seems pretty chilly, right? But it seems like it should be warmer than that. But no, that's our average.
Yeah, because we were so used to having the mild fall or the false summer or whatever we wanted to call it in the 24 seasons. It was warm.
It was very warm. And I was trying to remember a couple years ago. I remember we had the snow on a Halloween. I can't remember what year it was. Recent history. But even that seems unusually cool when you compared to what we've been having lately. So nonetheless, averages is 60 and 40. So, and as we look into the next 5 days, about that temperature frame. A little bit of clouds coming in today as a little bit of a disturbance pushes through, and then we'll clear out for tomorrow. A little windy. It's going to be gusty tomorrow.
That's what I was going to ask you about, if you think the wind would die down or not for all those trick-or-treaters and the costumes blowing around and everything.
Tomorrow day will probably be windy, but tomorrow night, I think we get closer to sunset, we'll start to see the winds lay a little bit. Not too much, though. I mean, I think it's still going to be a little chilly and brisk, so as we'll see some of our cooler temperatures tomorrow night and Saturday night, as we'll be approaching freezing. If we were pretty close right now. I mean,
I had frost on my windshield this morning, parked outside. So for the first time ever, or this year, first time this year.
I thought we had last week too.
I didn't get it last week.
You did it last week? Okay, I had mine last week. So, and fortunately, I was able to park inside last night. So, but I could see the frost out there and a little bit of a frost fog going on there. That's always a neat phenomenon when you have that, especially when you really get cold. We had that a few years ago. There's so much fog and it's freezing and it freezes on everything. Well, it freezes on everything and makes that a Christmas story scene, whatever. So, we're talking about Christmas, right? So so.
Makes a spooky scene because it's Halloween.
There we okay, a spooky scene. There we go. And the fog is so, good news, bad news. I think the air conditioners are done. I think we should be done. I do not see going into the last 90. Was today, October 30th, in 1950. 1950 was the last kind of a stretch there. So that is the last of the 90s. So we should be no warmer than 80s from here on out. I think I saw 85, nonetheless. But I think the air conditioners can finally be put to storage and. The furnaces have come on, right?
You've kicked yours on?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. That was getting cold, so.
Yeah.
Now with the furnace, yes. The fireplace, not quite yet. So that was getting close yesterday. As the last few days were just that dreary, raw feeling. Especially was it Tuesday? We were doing some work, and it was drizzly. It was cold, and it was like
windy.
Oof. Yeah. It was to the bone chilling. And that was just only 50s. It's like, wait until it gets to this 30 or whatever. So, and of course, always the wind, always do this. Speaking of wind, what's a good way to cut the wind if you're outside and doing some things? Your hands get really cold. What's a good way of doing that?
You're a great product placement.
Thank you. So
I'm running these special gloves. This is something new that we brought in this year from us. Well, they're texting gloves. And so you can put the gloves on and then text directly through them, right? That's the hard part with having gloves. Most of the time you got to peel them off. quirk on your phone. To your point, we're talking about hunters this morning, getting out there. Yeah, you might need access to your phone or whatever. Hey, I don't see any deer over here, or I'm going to be home late for supper, whatever the case is. You can still keep your gloves on and text at the same time.
Right. So, and again, if you're hunting, you should never be texting because you're not doing your job, and a deer can always see your reflection of your phone off your face. So, although the hunters are getting successful, I had a friend last night call me, said was able to get a few down. So they are definitely moving.
Yeah,
so
now that it's colder.
It's really definitely colder, so they're starting to really move, and we'll start getting into rut and all that jazz. So definitely be starting to watch out for that. So Halloween forecast, again, a little chilly. Football forecast for those still in the football hunt tomorrow night. You know, a little brisk, but that's okay. It's called football weather. And then even for the Saturday games, it's going to be a good day for Saturday football. That's an awesome day for football. So the leaves are starting to fall.
Yeah, so scurry around everywhere.
Right.
I'm sure if you haven't cleaned out your gutters quite yet, you'll be thinking about that too.
So with the rain and with the wind, obviously it's going to start knocking a few more down. So next few days a little more. They're still hanging on. We are actually seeing some color. I was worried we were going to see any colors this year, but there's a few of those oaks and maples that have really turned. There's just a few trees that are just guarantees. You know, back in the day, our school had a row of trees on the north side, and every time I had one of my grades was on the north, it was always nice to see those vivid trees. It always had vivid colors, very, very pretty. So they finally came along, but everything else is a lime green this year, so that's all right.
It is kind of muted, I think, from what it was in the previous years,
But again, I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago. Usually this time, the ground is just full of leaves. They're not down yet. So it's very interesting about that. And we talked about maybe that has a correlation to colder winter and all that jazz. So we'll see what happens for that. Still, the winter forecast is still being compiled. My first snowfall has not been released yet.
Next week?
Next week.
Closer next week.
We'll be talking next week. So I would say it's going to be a surprise to some. So we'll see. So, but nonetheless, it's already October 30th. I can't believe next week. And what happens this weekend? Fall back.
Oh yeah, we do lose an hour.
We lose.
We gain an hour. Yeah, finally gain an hour.
Right. So for all those people who hate the dark sunset, so sorry, can't help you. But there were some interesting tidbits on social media about if we stayed on this time, the daylight savings time. This is savings time we're in right now. You would have sunrises around 9 a.m. Now, if you were tough getting up right now when the sunrise is 7:30. Just imagine that. And then, of course, on an adverse side, it wouldn't set until about 5:30. Yeah, there's some, you can't see Christmas lights when it's light out. So.
I would say that if I was to have my vote, whether we would switch back and forth, my vote would still be yes. Because to have that late of a sunrise, I just find myself in the winter until we get to that time point. It's tough now, wherever the sun doesn't rise until later on. It's just tough on your being.
Yeah. So I'm for the switch. So, yeah. So, but anyway, that's just me. And that'd be good. I wish we had a
poll question.
Poll question there sometime. Yeah. So like that. But anyway, November will be next month, and we'll be talking about pumpkins and Thanksgiving and all that good stuff. If you haven't already had your fill of that, and
candy first, candy first, then turkey.
We'll see how tomorrow goes. So anyway, be safe out there tomorrow. Enjoy football, and we'll see you next week.
So yeah, we go from 10 degrees on a Halloween to 85 on a Halloween we've had recent years.
I don't remember the 85. Where was I?
It was a couple years ago. It was really hot. I remember that one.
It's always cruddy weather, but like I said, I think it's like a part of it.
Well, anyway, Halloween kicks off our weekend, and we're going to talk about a lot more things coming up.
Tonight and tomorrow, the bars will be filled with adults that like to get in on the Halloween spirit. The Abbey crew will be in full costume with some great spooky specials. Spring Street is having an online costume contest, shameless plug, and some other stops to check out are the North End and Down on the Corner. Then tomorrow, the Dock and State Street Bar and Grill will be having their Halloween parties. And don't forget the Halloween Bash at Wine Girl meets Whiskey Guy for their costume contest with a $100 cash prize, and that's tonight as well.
Brittany wants me to read Get Your Rocks Off at the Rock Club this weekend, so I just did. The Gem City Rock Club of Quincy is inviting you to the Fall 2025 Rock, Mineral, and Fossil Show at the Quincy Town Center in the former Curlin location. The show runs Saturday, November 1st from 10 to 5 and Sunday from noon to 4. Admission is free, and guests can explore fascinating exhibits, shop rock-related items, and let kids enjoy a spin and win game.
It said get your rocks on, but
that's not what it said.
It does. The Quincy Concert Band invites you to its fall performance, Myths and Monsters, on Sunday, November 2nd at 2:30 p.m. in the Morrison Theater at the Quincy Junior High. Under the direction of Dr. Trent A. Hollinger, the band will bring you to life legendary tales through music from Harry Potter, Firebird, How to Train Your Dragon, and more. Admission is free and donations are welcome. It's an afternoon of magic, mystery, and musical storytelling that you don't want to miss.
On Saturday, November 1st from 4 to 6, the Bluff Hall Church at 951 North 400th Avenue in Payson will host its annual drive-through turkey dinner. It's a tradition that dates back to the 1960s, and then they started going to COVID during it became the drive-through format, and it's been so efficient that they decided, hey, let's just keep doing it this way. The historic Bluff Hall Church was founded in 1860, and the building goes back to 1894 with original stained glass windows still in its place, and it sits right up the hill there from on Route 57. Very picturesque and beautiful. $13 a person. You can stay in your car and get a little bit of turkey and dressing, mashed potatoes, gravy, green beans, cranberry salad, and apple cake. Silverware is even included. It's probably plasticware. But anyway, go have a nice dinner at the Bluff Hall Church tomorrow.
Teresa's mom said she makes that, or Teresa said her mom makes that apple cake. Yeah. I want to go just for the apple
Sounds
cake.
Good.
It does sound delicious. And then high school football playoffs start this weekend. Our sports team will have you covered to hear all the highlights and action. And speaking of lights, we will have less of it as fall progresses. Don't forget to turn your clocks back on Sunday for daylight savings time. Yes, we are still doing that.
Well, enjoy that extra hour of sleep Saturday night.
I will.
That'll be good.
But then I feel like it's just so dark all the time. This doesn't really help it, I feel.
All right.
Why are we still doing it?
I don't know. That is a great question. Anyway, also good luck to all the teams as well for high school football. I know QHS has to go all the way up to near Chicago tomorrow. Quincy Notre Dame gets a home game, and everybody else relatively close, I think. So anyway, good luck to all our local teams this weekend, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.